Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are safe and healthy. Welcome to the online lecture of General Knowledge, that is GK. Today we will see lesson number 4, Green Earth, part 2. In part 2, we will see plants in different regions. So I hope I am audible to everyone. So let's start. I'm sharing my screen with you. So welcome everyone. Today we will see general knowledge, that is GK. In that we will see lesson number 4, Green Earth, part 2. We have seen a plant needs water, sunlight, nutrients and air as the human beings and animals also need it. So plants also need the same thing to grow properly, like the water, proper sunlight, nutrients from the soil and also the air. Now today we are going to learn about the plants in different regions. The plants grow in different regions. Now what is vegetation region? Now what is vegetation region? Scientists divide the earth's land into what are called vegetation regions. Now scientists has divided the earth's land into what, and they are known as the vegetation region. Means the regions are divided in different parts in where the plants are growing. Different types of plants are growing. See, some plants require more water, some require less. Okay, so today we are going to see the plants which grows in the different regions. Now, the requirements of different types of plants vary considerably. Some need hot regions like the deserts, while others can grow in cold regions. Yes, like the mountainous region, Himalayas and all. So, the requirements of the types of plants vary considerably, such as some need hot regions, while others can grow in the cold regions. And some needs more water and some can survive in scarcity of water. So some needs more water, some plants need, some trees need more water, and some can live in scarcity of water, means in less quantity of water also. They require less quantity of water. Thus, we grow the crops or plants according to the habitat in different regions in India. According to the regions, according to the availability of water, the different plants are grown in the different regions in our country. Okay, so today we are going to see the desert plants, the plants grown in the desert region. Then we will see the plants which are grown in the mountainous region. Then the plants we can find in the underwater, and plants in the swamps. So let's start. Now, first we will see the desert plants. Now, desert plants are those which grow in the environment of arid regions. Arid region means dry region, where water is not available, less water is available, where rainfall is scanty, means less, and their beauty is different from other plants. So here we can see the desert plants are those which grow in the environment of arid regions and where the rainfall is scanty, means less. But Their beauty is different from other plants. They are very beautiful too. Some plants are very beautiful. Now, desert plants are sturdily built. There are different types of plants which grow in the deserts around the world. So they are very strong. These desert plants are very sturdily built and strong. And there are different types of plants which grow in the deserts around the world. Mostly we can find the cactus. Yes, different types of cactus are found in the different region of the desert. So some of the examples are the elephant tree. Here you can see the trunk is like the elephant's trunk. So it is known as the elephant tree. So this elephant tree is found in the desert region. Next, you can see the organ pipe cactus. It is a cactus named as organ pipe cactus. So I have told you that most of the cactus are found in the desert regions. So here it is, organ pipe cactus. So these are the plants, trees which are found in the desert region. Moving to the next is desert sage. Here you can see the beautiful desert sage which we can found in the desert region. So this is a desert sage. Next we can see the beautiful desert marigolds. The marigolds which are grown in the desert. So they are known as the desert marigolds. And next is the saguaro barrel cactus. So here you can see the cactus plant again. This is known as saguaro barrel cactus. So these are the examples, the plants which are grown in the desert area, desert region. So we have seen the elephant tree. So such desert plants we have seen, such as the elephant tree, which grows in the desert region. Next, we have seen the organ pipe cactus. Again, it is a big cactus. Next is the beautiful desert sage, which are found in the desert region, desert areas, where the rainfall is scanty. But you can see the beautiful flowers are there on this desert sage. And next also, we can find desert marigolds in the desert region, hot desert regions. And then these plants require less water. Yes. And lastly, we have seen the saguaro barrel cactus. Now we will see some interesting facts about the desert plants. So first one is that the desert plants are highly adaptable to the tough and extreme climate of the desert. When we talk about the desert, we see that hot shining sun and the sand. So the plants which are grown in the desert area, they are highly adaptable to the tough and fleshy leaves. So desert plants store water mainly in their trunk, stem, and the fleshy leaves. Desert plants, mainly the cactus group, can be developed in nurseries and personal gardens. We also can keep the cactus, such as the desert plants cactus group can be developed in the nurseries, and also we can keep it in our gardens. And they are ornamental plants which are used for home decoration. This cactus can be kept at home Mostly we can find many of the cactus plant in many of the homes for decoration. So they are the ornamental plants and which are used for the home decorations. And some cactus produces flowers, such we have seen the desert marigold and also the desert sage, which produces the beautiful flowers. Yes. And next we can see the flowers of desert marigold are highly poisonous. Yes, flowers of the desert marigold, it looks beautiful, but they are highly poisonous. If the spine of barrel cactus accidentally pricks, one may need to take antibiotics to combat its effects. If accidentally the cactus pricks in one's hand or somewhere, so one may need to take the antibiotics to combat its effects. Moving to the next is the mountainous plants. Now here we can see the cedar tree. It's like a Christmas tree. Yes, mostly the trees which are found in the mountainous are like this only, tall and green in color. So here we can see evergreen trees such as the cedars, then pine trees. They are very tall and always green in color. And then you can see the spruce trees. They are common to the mountainous region. So we have seen the examples of mountainous trees, the evergreen trees such as the cedar tree. Then we can see the pine trees. And next is the spruce trees. So these are the trees which are commonly found in the mountainous region. And the mountainous region is cold. Yes. Now, these trees like the cold climate, which is why many Christmas trees farms are located in the mountainous region. Here you can see the Christmas tree farms are located in the mountainous region. During the Christmas, this Christmas tree is decorated with beautiful decorations. Yes, we decorate the Christmas tree during the Christmas. So here we can see a number of Christmas trees is there in the farm, which we can found in the mountainous region. So these trees such as the cedars, pines and spruce trees are commonly found in the mountainous regions, and these trees like the cold climate, which is why many Christmas trees farms are located in the mountain regions. So this is the farm of the Christmas tree, where a number of Christmas trees are grown. Another evergreen shrub found in the mountain is the juniper plant. So here again, you can see the small Christmas tree type plant that is known as juniper plants. So this is also an evergreen shrub found in the mountains is the juniper plants. So here we have seen the different kinds of trees, but they are mostly tall and green in color. Now, interesting facts about the mountainous plants. Let's see. Now, they grow beyond an altitude of 500 meters. They grow long up to 500 meters. That location means mountain forest consists of trees that aren't found in lower lying areas. They are only found in the top of the hills, in the high mountain areas. Okay. The trees have adapted to the cool climate and heavy downpours and intense sunshine. Now here the mountainous region is the climate is always cool there, and we have seen the heavy rainfall is also there, and also it gets the good sunshine. So the trees have adapted the cool climate, and heavy downpours means heavy rain and also intense sunshine. Now moving to the third plant, that is the underwater plants. Yes, the plants growing under the water, they are known as the underwater plants. So in the underwater plants, there are three types of underwater plants. Here you can see the emergent plant, then the floating plant, then the submerged plant. These are the three types of plant which are found underwater. They are known as the underwater plants. So let's see. Now the submerged plants. Submerged plants, they grow under the water. Here you can see they are growing inside the water, under the water. Yes, plants also grow under the water, and they clear the water. They clean the water, clear the water, and they stabilize the shorelines. Here you can see they stabilize the shorelines. So here we have seen underwater plants such as the submerged plants. They grow under the water and they clear the water and they stabilize the shorelines. Okay. Moving to the next is the immersed plants. Now immersed plants, here you can see the immersed plant. They have stems, leaves or flowers that grow out of the water. So here you can see these plants grow under the water also, and the stem you can see they have the stems, leaves or flowers that grow out of the water. And their leaves are in the air to take advantage of the sunlight. So here you can see their leaves and the flowers are upside above the water to get the sunlight as well as air, because we have seen that plant also need air, water and sunlight. So these are the these are the immersed plants. Yes, and they grow above their leaves, and flowers grow above the water to get the proper air and also sunlight. Moving to the next is the floating plants. Here we can see the floating plants. Yes, their leaves float on the surface of the water. Here you can see their leaves are floating on the surface of the water. And this plant contains air chambers which helps them to float. So these plants contain the air chambers which helps them to float properly. So here this is the floating plants, and this floating plants leaf float on the surface of the water, and these plants contain air chambers which help them to float. Now here is an example of watermeal plant, which is the smallest flowering plant in the world. This watermeal is a free floating plant and is the smallest flowering plant in the world. Here you can see they are very tiny. So this watermeal plant is a free floating plant and is the smallest flowering plant in the world. Now we will go with the last one, that is plants in the swamps. Now what is swamps? swamp means an area of low-lying uncultivated ground where water collects. An area of low-lying and uncultivated ground where water is collected. Okay. So here is the swamp. Swamp means an area of low-lying and uncultivated ground where water is collected. Okay. Now some examples of swamp plants are cattles. Cattles are common reeds are familiar species around the world. This is the familiar species which can be found around the world in any part of the world and which grows in the swamps. And swamps, just now I have told you, swamp means an area of low-lying uncultivated ground where water is collected, mostly in the forest. Now these are the cattles. Cattles are common reeds and are familiar species around the world. Next is papyrus. Here you can see the papyrus plant. Papyrus is a sage, is widespread in the tropics. Means these are found in near the water. They are the near the water where these are the swamp plants where the ground is there where the water is collected. Okay, so this is the papyrus plant, an example of swamp plant. The plants which are found in the swamps. Next is the barred cypress tree. Here you can see the barred cypress tree is another example of the swamp which are found in the swamps. So barred cypress is an example of a tree adapted to the growth in swamps. So we have seen the plants which are found in the swamps are cattles, and the papyrus. And lastly, we have seen the barred cypress. Okay. Now we will see some interesting. Now here there are two main types of swamps. That is the freshwater swamps and the saltwater swamps. Here we can see there are two types of swamps. Some are found in the fresh water, and some plants are found in the salt water. Salt water means oceans, seas. Okay, and fresh water means lakes, rivers. Now, freshwater swamps are commonly found inland, while saltwater swamps are usually found along the coastal areas. Freshwater swamps are commonly found in inland, and while the saltwater swamps are usually found along the coastal areas. Swamps are transition areas and they are neither totally land and nor totally water. Means swamps are it is a place, just now I have explained you that land where water is collected. So they are neither totally land and nor totally water. Freshwater swamps form around lakes and streams. Freshwater swamps form around the lakes and the streams. Rain and seasonal flooding cause water levels to fluctuate. Obviously, when heavy rain is there, it turns into flood. Yes, so rain and seasonal flooding cause water levels to fluctuate. And in the wet soil, water tolerant vegetation grows and helps maintain a moist, swampy condition. So where the soil is wet, the water tolerant the vegetation and grows and helps to maintain a moist, swampy condition. Swamps are among the most valuable ecosystem on the earth. They act like giant sponges or reservoirs. When heavy rains cause flooding, swamps and other wetlands absorb the excess water, moderating the effects of flooding. So these swamps are helpful during the flood. Swamps are the most among the most valuable ecosystems on the earth. They act like the giant sponges or reservoirs. And when the heavy rain causes flooding, swamps and other wetlands absorb the excess water, moderating the effects of flooding. So here we have seen the plants found in the swamps. Now what we have seen the different types of plants found in the different region, and such plants which are found in the desert are elephant tree, organ pipe cactus, desert sage, desert marigolds, Sagora barrel cactus. So these are the example of desert plants, the plants which are found in the desert area, hot and dry area, arid region. So these are the plants such as the elephant tree, organ pipe cactus, desert sage, then desert marigolds, Sagora barrel cactus. Again, I'm repeating because I will ask you after the lecture. Yes, so please see to it and repeat examples of desert plants. Yes, example of desert plants are elephant tree, organ pipe cactus, desert sage, desert marigolds, Sagura barrel cactus. Okay. Moving to the next examples. Now some examples of mountainous plants. The trees which we can found in the mountainous areas. So cedars, pines and the spruce trees. So here we can see the trees which are found in the mountainous area region are cedars, pines and the spruce trees. My dear students, you have to remember these names now also, and afterward also I will ask you sometime. So please concentrate and see the names again and again. So I'm repeating again and again for you. The example of mountainous plants, the plants which are found in the mountainous region, hilly region, such as the cedars, pines, and the spruce trees. Now, examples of underwater plants, the plants which are found inside the water, under the water. So, they are submerged plants, immersed plants, and floating plants. We have seen the different types of plants which are found under the water. They are submerged plants, immersed plants, and floating plants. Please see the spelling also. SUBMERGED, submerged plants, then immersed, EMERSED, immersed plants, and the floating one, FLOATING, floating plants. So these are the examples of underwater plants, the plants which are inside the water, under the water, they are as submerged plants, immersed plants, and the floating plants. So here we have seen the plants which are found in the different regions, and thank you everyone. Now coming back to you. So my dear students, today we have seen the different plants, which are found in the different regions. So I have completed my lesson, part 1 and part 2. Yesterday we have seen in the part 1, we have seen the about the water. Yes. Then the sunlight, the nutrients and air, which we human being also need, animals also need, and also the plants and birds also need it for growing. Yes, for living, they are very much necessary. So yesterday we have seen in part 1 about the water. Yes. Then we have seen about the sunlight, the light which we get from the sun, the heat and light we get from the sun. Then also we have seen the nutrients. We get the nutrients from different foods. Yes. And also how plants get their nutrients from the soil. Yes. And also the air. Air is necessary for living, for human beings, animals, birds, as well as for the plants also. And today we have seen in the part 2, we have seen the different plants in the different regions. Different regions such as the desert plants, which are found in the desert, in the arid region, the hot region. Then some plants we have seen in the mountainous region, hilly region, in which trees are very tall. There the trees are very tall as well as green in color. And also the underwater plants. And lastly, we have seen the plants in the swamps. Swamps, I have told you, swamp is an area of low-lying and low-lying area with where the water is cultivated. So if you people have any doubt, you can ask me now regarding this lesson. I hope you people understood the lesson. The green earth. In the green earth, we have seen about the plants, the different plants. Okay. So you people don't have any doubt. Let's start with question and answer then. I will ask you some questions related to the lesson. Okay. If someone's don't want to give the answer, it's your wish. Okay. But many are there, they want to give the answer. So the elephant tree is an example of which plant? Very good. Alia Parveen, Mitesh, Mohammad Ubaid, Harshit, Purvi. Purvi, answer is not elephant tree. I am asking elephant tree is what? What type of plant? Where it is found? So yes, it is a desert plant. The elephant tree is found in the desert region. Very good. Next question. Okay, related to this lesson only, I have not mentioned one name, but lotus. Lotus is what type of plant? Lotus. Yes. We have seen desert plants, spontaneous plants, underwater plants, and plants in the swamps. So, lotus is a underwater plant. Yes. Okay. Next one. Pine. Pine tree. Where we can find the pine tree? Pine tree. Pine, pine tree. Pine tree. Very good, Alia. It's mountain. Pine trees are found in the mountainous region. Pine tree are found in the mountainous region. And how they look like? How they look like? I have mentioned. One festival is celebrated. For that purpose, they need that type of plant, that type of tree. One festival is there. Yes, Vedan. It's Christmas tree. Yes, they look like the Christmas tree. Yes, I have mentioned this. Huh. The pine trees, then the spruce trees, the cedars, they look like the Christmas tree. So yeah, there we can find in the mountain only, mountainous region, we can find a farm. Farm is located. Okay. Moving to the next. Give an example of underwater plants. I have given you three types of plants. Three types of plants I have told you. Underwater plant. Ganesh Ghodekar, so much time you have to type this nonsense, but you can't give the answer. Yes, submerged plants, emerged plants, floating plants. Very good. Yes. Yes, Mitesh, Erin, Alia Parveen has given all the three answers. Very good. Floating plants. Yes, Arushi. Wait, check your spelling. It's wrong. Yes, Muhammad Ubaid. Very good. So, underwater plants includes the submerged plants, immersed plant, and the floating plants. Next question. Bald cypress tree. Where we can find the bald cypress tree? Bald cypress tree. Where we can find the bald cypress tree? No, it's not desert. Low-lying area. But very good, Mitesh. Plant in the swamps. Very good. The plants, the trees found in the swamps. Yes, the trees, the plants which are found in the swamp. Swamp means an area of low-lying, uncultivated ground where water is collected. Very good. I hope everyone understood the lesson. So I hope we will meet next week and we will see the new chapter, new lesson. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye and take care.